a trotto honor. Now is the comment section that made me cry.
Mm.
I cried in a sense that I have experienced that girl personally, and she's not anything that she portrayed for the world to see. I'm not saying say Bia she's a saint, but she's one of the loveliest persons alive. And I spoke to her in December because I wanted her to um, come for to come in and present an award for me. And I remember vividly she telling me, Sally, I'm not in the mood to go out. So that really like affected me because she's always excited when I call her for stuff like that. When she said that, Mommy probe further. In fact, I hung up. But Sasam no kind was ringing in my head. So I called her back. I'm like, what's up? And she had a few conversations with me that I'm not going to sit here to disclose that because it was a privilege I had to speak to her. Ghanaians, stop. Stop. Because or you will be back. Anna, the only person that judges is God.
Memoir kwaba eba Puyaka TV. So Puyaka TV ana wushe. So when your first time any abomadia subscribe. Me a notification is to send me anytime bia ye di video betumu no. Won son sabekan wenye bia share ya comment fa ho. Se wa dwen afa video no ho abusua like video no na share emo bia so enya bi hwe me da si bebre abusua Saliman, wosu. Ah! Editi anabusha for Saliman esu. Ninyina efa Moesha Budong. Hunti anabusha for Saliman wosu sano. Saliman say wako hu post bia aye nkonkonsa abusua wako posti ewe ni page so a chese comment section hormo no oso ko ready ensem a nkofo atro fa Moesha Budong hono abusua e ma ne wre hwe papa chese e ma no tie up ankasa woso wo hwe ensem na nkofo atro na chese wo hwe Moesha Budong ga chese bronsam na no ana oya shawoni ana oni escafo de da oni chese nkofo mu wo fame onu omo dida ni so onu omo dida enti Moesha Budong de se ne wa kokoma na na busuafo ese amanfo emmoa endoneti ni emfa mmoa na Ghana fo ni bisi debi abrabo a obebo ye no eho resource na oye den wonya no nti mo bia nye den enko donate eno ana busuafo Saliman kase asem na mo kano tese Moesha Budong no Moesha danye den Moesha denim no Moesha Budong senie mu hunu no uhuni personally a enye sa no eden enye sa anu tie kra Moesha Budong owo akoma pa no si wo ka kire Ghana for say moye too quick to judge mo judge ni padodo ana ye mo say ye wo no ma bi ho no a oya eno kwa na eden eno kwa na ye bone o si da bi enipa bebre ye bone a omunim bone bebre ho no mo a enipa bebre ya omunim say ye wo no ma bi ho no a eno kwa na oya wa ye bone a ene e wati na se mo anhwe ya atemu da ni duru ho no mo a Moesha Budong obeko heaven na wo ye den wo kobru nsem gem because wo ka obi de se we ai say no de wo ye no e chen de o mo ye no kra enti munya den munhwe ye mamu mu aten yakupon kwa ano wo the right say obeden obebu aten ebusiafo mumien kwai ni enkotie Saliman
3 days ago I cried na mabofra ko school but obaye no meni meni I read no said like yeah fair kakra no so no say ebi a wo share tea or two na say wo su kakra bi enche ne wani aye to say wani maye coffee yeah there I was very sad about Moesha Na matete Moesha say no problem or problem that allegedly no or coma mu. Na one of my favorite bloggers and no come high kokonsa. A piece Eugene Osafon cancer. The reason I like him is the fact that there's always a story that you can read.
Much detail.
And yeah, no more. Yeah, caption. Then they leave you in limbo. They don't know how to write. But what to me, I progressive from being just a blogger and adding blogs, a write up as a journalist would. Yeah, now I tend to go to him anytime there's news and I tend to go to a consensus page first because on living they say the it does not know the cause of death. No, and I say baby, it's not known. He will bring, or when he says say bia unima this minute, will follow it up and bring better what I say detailed story about Adiana Nawayeno, which I respect him for. Apart from him, I don't think no other blogger does it. Even though I have a very soft spot for GH Kweku, any Samike near Adenia, but what he does, and my only extra is that. So he put an article because once I do nearby, I say, oh, Moesha near Adenia. I had spoken to a manager of hairs at minimum, and eventually confirm it to me, say that is really happening. See, when I went to Consensus page and war extra to honor, now is the comment section that made me cry. I cried in a sense that I have experienced that girl personally, and she's not anything that she portrayed for the world to see. I'm not saying say Bia she's a saint, but she's one of the loveliest persons alive. And I spoke to her in December because I wanted her to come in and present an award for me. And I remember vividly she telling me, Sally, I'm not in the mood to go out. So that really like freaked me because she's always excited when I call her for stuff like that. When she said that, Mami probe further. In fact, I hung up. But some no kind was ringing in my head. So I called her back. I'm like, what's up? And she had a few conversations with me that I'm not going to sit here to disclose that because it was a privilege I had to speak to her. Ghanaians, stop. Stop. Because or you will be back. Anna, the only person that judges is God. Anna, situation what woman no as he say what woman as say allegedly what call mamu any idea no we all can be in that situation. It doesn't matter the lifestyle that you've led or how saint you think you are. Ghanaians should stop because she's somebody's daughter, and that people go into situations because of what you don't know about them. And you'll be a per se, obey the whole certain way. But you have not been confronted with life issues, you will not do that. The comments made me sad, and I cried because the hypocrisy of people thinking that they are more holier than certain people because we sin differently. But guess what? Kokonsa, backbiting, saying things that you don't know. Ninyina in the book, in the holy book, whether you're a Christian, whether you're a Muslim, whether you are whoever, Ninyina know. Ninyina is the same grade. Any prostitution, any fornication, adultery, stealing, men that are sleeping with men, they are the same in the sight of God. So we shouldn't pick and choose. Especially when we see people say people are conducting themselves as gay and lesbians, we tend to judge them because we know we are sleeping with men. Who told you said the fact that you are sleeping with man no means say it's pleasing to Onyankopon? Every sin is the same. in the sight of God. Especially saying no Nyankopon boy, 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 9 to 13. You know, if you are in that space, we are all gullible or we are all sinners. Nobody is holier than anybody because and yes, Yesu Christo. Inti, people should stop. This is somebody's child. Whether according to you were living reckless life or not, you don't know what she was going through. What I say? And she's a nice person. A beer, when a lot of people advising her to show that niceness of hers. That's why Mubetanaho, Mwaka, and a depression, bipolar, can make people do a lot of things. You don't know. So stop, Ghana for. Say we need embwa what's how they buanwa. Stop. And I've seen some blogs saying so a prostitution with big men and this because you what? You sing differently? And what's will be buano? So I saw a fear tweet about her. I saw Becca, Captain Polo, come through for her. I will do my part and I'm doing my part. I'm not here to come and do that. And yes, if there's a way that we can save that girl because people's ways are not God's ways. She's a waste. But be an paradise besono. No, stop. If you are not going to help, don't stop people from helping her. Because she's sick and she can die. So what's the point? Or what? Ubenya day and every move. And I give it up to Efia. I give it out to a Captain Polo. And I give it out to Becca for coming in for her. And to everybody that would want to support. Don't look at what she's done according to the blogs. Help, because she's a human being and somebody's daughter. We know how crazy this industry is. And people always have to have their ways in order to survive. It's not everybody that can go on the right path. But we are all human beings anyways.
Well, obviously, and yes, Sally Mann and I'm watching Cano, which was any rare our whole year, papa. Because send you see Cano, Moesha Buduong, send ye see Huno, and say, oh, Bena, and yes, I know it. What here, or no, I then walker. Na Ghana for so almost chere busia omo men na omo so omo hu na o matete nsem bia wake campaign o ma hu no ma bia ono so aye no busia for ana omo so omo kande omo kano o yampa obi antumi njeje agese nyankopon kwan eti mre ni duru ho a ana busia for ye be he de obeko jam ani de obeden obeko heaven ahanum eye Puyaka TV me see a tough for more de bebro it is a way of first time more any obomodia subscribe me a notification so click on send your video bia ye de betum no won son sabeka no nya bia hwe me dasi bebre